Yes, we are totally different. Good morning. Welcome to Daybreak Plus on WGRZ Plus. I'm Pete Gallivan.
Are we on
Kevin O'Neill. We're on TV. Over here.
People watching us.
Over here, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But for everyone watching out there and everyone in Western New York, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Could you get rid of all this?
I'm sorry.
Could you get rid of all this?
This is, I'm filling in for Patrick. Patrick is a winter weather enthusiast. Whenever it snows, he rolls around in it like a little husky. It's adorable.
and we got the memo from
look at this. I thought to myself, I'm going to wear a black suit with a green tie. It'll be a sharp look. Nobody ever wears that.
I should have worn the platform shoes like you're wearing.
No problem.
Okay.
Nice to see it.
But this will be out of here after today.
Yeah, we're done.
And for all of April.
We're done.
Right?
We're done.
All right.
We're
Good
done.
deal.
We're done with snow for April when we're done with this, okay? And if it snows at your house, Pete will shovel it, all right? We're done. And today's high is 42, and of the remaining 2 weeks of April, we're not going to fall down to those low levels again, okay? So after today, everything will be warmer than a high of 42. I'm saying this in a weird way, but you know what I'm saying. We're going to warm up after today, okay? So today's going to be kind of Marchy from an April perspective, but we'll be done with this stuff soon, okay? We're still, Salamanca, hello, how are you? Nice to see you. I-86, Southern Tier Expressway, yeah, some snow-covered spots if you happen to be driving around in some unfamiliar roadways, especially in the higher elevations. Yeah, you could see some slippery spots. Again, we've been given that warning now for a few months. Future look will back me up, though. The showers will eventually wane, but again, some a coating for the 219 corridor, maybe the Chautauqua Ridge, some of the wind turbines area, some of the higher elevations in Wyoming. Talk about Orangeville and Varysburg, it's maybe a coating up there, but for Buffalo and the Burbs, no coating is expected. The clouds will win over the day. It'll be noticeably breezy in the afternoon, gusts up to 35 miles per hour, making it feel pretty chilly. Okay, so again, if you're walking the dog, if you're jogging, if you're doing an errand, if you're outside for more than a few minutes, you're going to want to wear the winter hat and gloves once again, because we have a chilly feel to the air today. Tomorrow, abundant sunshine, the opposite, really everything. It's going to be sunny, it's going to be calm, we're going to have seasonal temperatures, it's going to be just a terrific day. Then for your Friday, increasing clouds, there'll be some showers around. Friday's going to have a lot of dry time. If that's your day to do some gardening, go golfing, take the dog on a long walk, whatever, you'll have a lot of dry time. There'll be some showers or tracking in the morning, and maybe in the afternoon. It's a day with passing showers, more of a nuisance than anything else. Your Friday evening plans, if you're going out for a fish fry, happy hour, Friday evening services for Good Friday, you're going to be dry. And then late after midnight, it looks like starting Saturday morning, there'll be some showers around for the first half of your Saturday. So again, for Buffalo, just a snow mix, no accumulations expected for the southern tier, maybe another half inch on top of what's already on the ground, just in the high spots. Cloudy today with a cold wind gusting up to 35 miles per hour. Decreasing clouds because we're set up for a glorious Thursday, and we deserve it. It's going to be tranquil. It's going to be 52 degrees. It's going to be gorgeous. And then increasing clouds because here we go again, all up and down for Friday. Mostly cloudy skies, considerably warmer. Some showers around, not a rainy day. The rainiest portion of the 7-day forecast, the rainiest widespread rain. Saturday morning, it's going to rain at your house. It's going to rain at all the attractions of Western New York. But it looks like the showers do improve for your Saturday afternoon. I like our chances for a dry Easter, Pete. I think it's going to be good. I think the temperatures will be in the low 50s. It's not going to be especially breezy. It's going to be a mix of sun and clouds. For Monday, if you're not familiar with Western New York holidays, Dingus Day is a heck of a good time. And I think temperatures will be above average, but I can't rule out a shower as of now. Once we get closer to the weekend, like tomorrow and Friday, the higher resolution models come in, then I'll give you a definite thumbs up or thumbs down. But Saturday, it is going to rain. Sunday, it's not going to rain. Monday, I'm not sure.
All right, fair enough. Now, Saturday, let's kind of peel back that onion,
Sure.
because there's a big pre-Dingus Day event at Flying Bison.
Okay.
A lot of it's outside. They've got a tent, but is it going to be, how long of the day are we looking at showers, do you think?
I think the morning will be rainy, and I think and then the showers will taper off as the day progresses. So I think there's a chance of maybe some light showers progressing into Saturday midday.
All right. I still like you, though.
Thank you.
nonetheless. All right. Well, we're getting to know a little bit more about our own QB1. He is the highest paid player in the NFL. We knew that. He's engaged to actress Haley Steinfeld. We knew that. As you might imagine, life's pretty good for number 17. But some people are wondering who he would trade places with if given the chance. The account Everything Buffalo posted this video on Instagram asking him that very question.
You could trade places with a fictional character. Who would it be?
That's a good question. Tommy Shelby.
Ooh, explain.
He is a badass. He does things for his family. He seems like he's got it figured out.
That's a pretty baller answer, I'm not gonna lie.
All right, from Peaky Blinders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Didn't
haven't
get
watched
it.
that. No.
Didn't get it, no.
Well, they had to say fictional character because, you know, it'd look a little slanted if the obvious answer would be Kevin O'Neill.
Sure, yeah,
You know?
you got to be a fictional character.
Exactly.
But
well,
no.
You're not a fictional character anymore, are you? You're a real thing.
I
So
think
who
I'm
would
here.
you, fictional character, who would you trade places with?
I'll take Superman. I'll just take the superpowers, the whole deal. I'll go right to the top.
You know what? Go big. Swing for the fences.
That's it.
Swing for the
As long as
fences.
it's fictional, I might as well just fly around and have a good time.
That's right. It is a scary thought. All right, as we get closer to the draft, we are taking a look at potential players that the Bills could target. Edge rusher Donovan Ezraku from Boston College could be a fit. He's 13 and a half sacks total his first 3 years. And then his fourth year, he popped off for 16 and a half sacks this past season.
I think I have a knack for the football, and I never really, had, my career at Boston College. I always took pride in playing a run game because I understand that you can't pass rush on third down until you win on first and second down, and then I take a lot of pride in that, like I said. And there's areas to improve in all parts of our games, but I think I play the run pretty darn well. Obviously, it'll be different going into the NFL, but I think I'll be just fine.
Yeah, now Ezraku is projected to potentially be there for the Bills at number 30, likely going to be back half of the round one. So I think everyone's talking about edge rusher and
Sure.
Defensive line, get pressure on the quarterback. That always improves your secondary. That whole train of thought.
Need to get a starter. I'd draft cornerback, but we'll see. We'll see what they do. I trust in Bean.
I trust in Bean as well. It always seems to work out. Well, at least most of the time.
He's had better success with the later round picks than the first round picks of late. But I think, defensive help, certainly.
Absolutely. All right, now onto a team that needs a lot of help. The Sabres have one more game left in the season, coming off to a loss to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Can't show you the highlights because of digital rules and league rules, but the final score was 4-0. It works out well that we can't show you the highlights because the Sabres didn't really have many highlights.
We'll show you all the goals.
That's right. It's a close game, though, for a long time. 1-0 going into the third, but then Toronto scored 3 quick ones, including an empty netter. The Sabres will finish the season tomorrow night with Fan Appreciation Night as they take on Philadelphia.
Yeah, I thought second period especially missed. We missed 2 or 3 empty nets off the backside of the goaltender, and we left a lot of good chances out there. Tight game. It was a hard-fought game. It was. We were doing a lot of good stuff, against those 2 top lines, and we were generating enough to win it. We had a power play at the end that gave us 2 or 3 really good opportunities. Even hit the post, I don't know, late there through the maze, but they just left too many. Second period, we left too many chances there.
Yeah, I will say this. I watched a lot of the game last night, or a little bit at the end, and I saw some of the highlights of the. They got a lot of pressure. They really did. They ran into a hot goaltender.
Yeah, there was a motivated Maple Leafs team looking to clinch too. So I give them all the credit, but at least they're ending the season better than they started it. But hopefully, I've said this for a decade now. Hopefully, that carries over to next year.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this: the Leafs did a great job of protecting the house last night. So I credit where credit's due. But I agree with you. I mean, for the first time in many years, I'm encouraged going into next season.
Oh, that's good. That's good to you because you're the hockey guru around here. And another thing about the Leafs, they just needed a point. If it was 0-0, and then if they get the game to overtime, they're going to win the division. So they were really cracked down. I'm happy they were to get some opportunities, but too bad they couldn't cash in the Sabres.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, we are checking out a fishy problem along Lake Erie shoreline. You may have seen an alarming amount of dead fish washing up on the beaches. To On Your Side's Nate Benson has an explanation for us.
In the last few days, viewers have been scaling up their emails and text messages to the newsroom with images of dead fish along the Lake Erie shoreline. And it was tasked as my sole responsibility to figure out why. So I casted some inquiries with the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, and they say an ecological disaster has not occurred.
Is this the end times? What are we dealing with here?
I'm saying this is a natural occurrence that we have seen in the past. This is just a larger scale event than we've seen.
Jim Markham is the Region 9 fish manager for the DEC, and in case you're wondering what a fish manager is, Jim schooled me on his day-to-day workload.
We manage all the resources in Western New York, providing fishing opportunities for all the people in Western New York and others that come into the area.
From my perch, that doesn't look too bad. So what's the deal with all the dead fish? Markham tells me that they are alewife fish, invasive to the Great Lakes. They are native to the Atlantic Ocean and work their way into fresh water during the breeding season.
These have actually experienced what we call a winter kill, and it's due to the excessive ice cover that we had and cold winter that we had on the lake this year.
This is the first year since 2019 that Lake Erie experienced 95% ice coverage during the winter. Now that the ice is thawing, we are seeing the impact it had on the species.
There is millions of fish that have died and are going to wash up.
Since you said they're an invasive species, is this a good thing for Lake Erie?
Markham muscled up his response, saying,
"But alewife are not really a great fish to have in your lake. They are not great for production of our native fish species, and when fish eat them, they tend to have trouble reproducing."
On Your Side, Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.
Yeah, we used to have a little cottage out on the lake when I was a kid, and that was a yearly thing. You had to kind of tiptoe through a field of dead fish early in the season. Before you got to the lake water. So, but this year is particularly.
Who cleans them up? Does anybody clean them up? Did somebody go clean them up?
You saw the seagulls.
Do they? Oh, the seagulls.
The seagulls.
That's right. That's what we need, more seagulls.
That's right. Well, Ted's isn't on the lake anymore.
That's right. That's right.
They don't have the French fries to go after.
Go with those guys.
All right. Well, stay with us. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Wow, okay, we're back. Thanks for hanging with us for that long break.
Yes, indeed. Well, Easter is upon us, and prices are sky high for things like eggs and chocolate. NBC's Stephanie Gosk has more about why the holiday could look a lot different for families this year.
It's a holiday that usually means lots of eggs and lots of chocolate. But this year, that traditional Easter basket will likely cost you extra.
Has anyone decided what we are going to be hiding? Eggs, potatoes, or tomatoes? Because I can't fathom spending $40+ on eggs.
Despite a drop in wholesale prices and fewer bird flu outbreaks last month, the average cost of eggs reached a record high of $6.23 a dozen.
What we're seeing here is a lag. Retailers are taking a little bit of extra time unexpectedly to reduce those prices for consumers. We are not seeing those prices go down in time for Easter.
The price of chocolate also sky high due to a global cocoa shortage. It's all part of the reason why this year U.S. consumers are projected to spend a total of $23.6 billion on Easter, up from $22.4 billion last year. The biggest spending categories: decorations, gifts, food, and candy. At Hercules Candies, a local institution in East Syracuse, New York, prices of solid chocolates have gone up about 20% in the last year, including some Easter favorites, like their white chocolate bunnies.
We tried to hold the line on prices for as long as we can, but there comes a time when we just have to raise it. The customers have not really pushed back on the prices because they're so loyal. We're just going to be extremely busy this week.
Consumers aren't entirely giving up on eggs either. Kelly Friedel, a mom of 2 from Chicago, is trying something different with her family this year.
We chose to do something called foil eggs. You can take cardboard, cut them to the shape of an egg, wrap them in some tin foil. There's a couple of positive benefits too that we figured out. We're able to mail them. We're mailing them to grandma, we're mailing one to grandpa.
For many families this Easter holiday, the hunt is on for egg-turnatives, from dip-dyed marshmallows to potatoes, rocks, and plastic. Arts and crafts giant Michaels says its #1 selling Easter product so far is this craft egg kit, currently on sale for just $2.49. It comes with a dozen plastic eggs, even an egg carton, all designed to mimic the traditional decorating experience. And while discounts for real eggs may be hard to come by, major retailers like Target, Kroger, and Walmart are all promising affordable holiday meal bundles to feed the whole family, from as low as $5 to $6 a person, proving there's still ways to save big this Easter Sunday.
As long as your meal doesn't include eggs or chocolate, apparently. Well, despite the rising costs, Western New York still plans to celebrate the holiday as usual. We spoke with the owner of Watson's, and they haven't seen a lull in customers either. Also, the Broadway Market seeing a pretty high volume of customers this week, which is typical for this time of year.
I think people are doing their best to keep it within their range. You can certainly come in and have a fabulous time and spend $5 to $10, or come in and spend $100 or $200. It's really up to you.
Yeah, and it's really about tradition as well. And if you still need to head out there for your butter lamb or your pierogi or your kielbasa, your pated eggs, whatever you do, we want to make sure you plan your trip. They're open every day this week, but the crowds just continue to grow as the week goes on. So we want to get a look at the current temperatures outside now. Kev, have you made your trip to the Broadway Market yet?
Not yet, but I think I'm going to go tomorrow, do what I got to do.
All right, and see what's in people's bags?
Get the stuff. No, just as a Joe consumer, just as a Joe Western New Yorker, getting the butter lamb, getting some chocolate and stuff like that. Yeah, we're hosting. It's a home game for the O'Neills this weekend, so I'll be stocking up at the Broadway Market. And again, tomorrow is going to be a lovely day. Today, not so much. It's going to have March-like feel to our day today. Again, some snow showers for areas south. We have a camera in Salamanca. It is snowing down there, right where the right by the NYPA line. Another ½ inch or so. As I say this at about a little after 9 o'clock, about 9:11 in the morning. So another ½ inch for the day for the higher spots. But again, for Buffalo and the Burbs, Niagara Falls, no accumulations anticipated. Thankfully, we clear out nicely. If it's not sunny tomorrow, I will resign from Storm Team 2. I'll pass in my gun and badge and just give it up, because unless we defy the laws of physics, it's going to be sunny tomorrow. 4 models are projecting sunny skies, even cloudless at times across Western New York. Temperatures should make it to around 50. I got us down for a high of 52. Increasing clouds then for your Friday. Some passing showers are possible, but again, a lot of dry time. Notice the southern flow bringing us above average temperatures. It'll be on the breezy side, not as gusty as today, but a nice Friday. I think your Friday evening plans are dry, above average temperatures if you're on your way off to see a fish fry, but then some late night rain extending into Saturday morning. So again, once again today, this will be our last day in April where highs will be around 40, okay? This is our last day in April where I'm going to have any snow in the forecast, okay? Tomorrow, sunny and serene, gorgeous, calm, 52 degrees, lots of sunshine. Friday, not a rainy day, but a day with showers around above average temperatures. Saturday morning, especially rain, it's sort of tapering off as the day progresses. It looks dry for Easter with a mix of sun and clouds. Monday, I go over to you, Pete? Is that where I'm walking? To walk over here? Yeah, so for Dingus Day, around 60 or so for Easter Monday. Kids are off school too, so maybe looking for something to do. Some showers around, I think, but and then it looks like next weekend temperatures are going to moderate. We'll be in the 50s and 60s next week. So finally, where we should be, we're done with the March weather.
Thanks, but cloudless tomorrow.
We're cloudless for much of our day tomorrow. I think it'll be not just to call tomorrow mostly sunny would be pessimistic. I think it's going to be sunny.
All right, and we're going to be working again together tomorrow, so it'll be clueless and cloudless.
Oh, that's right, and let's not wear the same thing. We need to coordinate ahead of time.
Gray and purple.
That's you?
Oh, that's you Friday.
I'm wearing that Friday.
All right, we got our wardrobe worked out, but we've got a little bit of sad news to pass along for anyone who was a TV fan in the 70s and 80s. Popular game show host Wink Martindale has passed away. He's known for hosting things like Gambit, remember that show? Mm-hmm. Tic-Tac-Doe. Mm-hmm. But I never knew this. Martindale also did one of the first recorded television interviews with Elvis Presley. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wink's publicist says he died in California after battling lymphoma for a year. He was 91 years old.
The way that Wink explained it was he was like a local version of Dick Clark in Memphis. So he had like a dance program in Memphis, and Elvis came on, obviously from Memphis himself. And so before Elvis was a big star, he was on Memphis TV with Wink Martindale.
Wow, time and place, right?
Yeah, and now I know that Wink's real name is Winston. He had a family member that had trouble saying, a younger family member couldn't say Winston, started calling him Winky, and then Winston changed it to Wink, and that's it.
So someone spent a lot of time on Wikipedia this morning.
No, it was on the Today Show. I was watching the Today Show.
Very good.
That's right.
All right, we're also celebrating Western New York and spirited athletes who are bold at heart. Group, as you know, as SABA. The organization is dedicated to supporting athletes with disabilities. And we held a celebration on ice last night at the Convention Center in Buffalo. The event celebrates all of their participants and their accomplishments over the past few months.
They just talk, they're so excited. It's like they come in and it's like the energy is just like bouncing off of them. This is enough to fill you up for, 5 years with the love that's in this room.
Yeah, once again, I had the honor of serving as the MC, actually the co-MC. Mm-hmm. Sheila O'Brien up there with me as well. And as you can see, standing ovation because I had just announced that she was celebrating her 20th anniversary at the helm of SABA.
What's your favorite part about being associated with SABA?
I just love the inspiration because you're not only seeing a program that helps people get out and get active and things like that, you're seeing a program that changes lives, not only for the participants, but also for the families, because they get out there. You see people that, like our former general manager,
sure.
Jim Tollner, started skating again as an adult so he could go out and volunteer and skate with his daughter. And it's just so cool to see that element,
Yeah, you're gonna, there will be other skating shows where the performers might jump higher or spin faster, but you're not gonna have a more heartwarming display of courage.
Yeah.
And just to have these kids and young adults go out there and overcome obstacles, even the obstacle of performing in front of a crowd,
right,
or putting one foot in front of the other, and those little victories that they do every day carry over off the ice as well.
Yeah, and they used to do it at the KeyBank Center, right, on the ice, and COVID kind of changed that. They did it as almost a video show. They recorded their routines, and then we play it on the big screen.
Okay.
And we found out that even though that started out a necessity, it actually works out great because people can just kind of sit back and enjoy the day. So,
that's good. Oh, that's awesome. I was wondering why they do that. They change it up. That's fun. It's a celebration. You can see the participants having a good time too.
Absolutely.
They're dancing around, having a good time.
And they get to see everyone else, which they didn't before. All right, we are also celebrating the start.
That's a good point. That's true, because when you're in the show, you can't watch the show. Smart.
You know what? And the other thing is, if you're backstage at that, it's, as I said last night, it's like kind of controlled chaos, except for the controlled part. It's just chaos.
But you're right. The one participant, you're getting ready, you're changing a costume, and you're not seeing the show. But now by videotaping and watching all to see, you can take turns celebrating each other.
Yeah, and the parents that have to get their participants focused and in the costumes. It was just to see them all just being able to relax and chill out for the evening and enjoy the whole program. It's a 2 thumbs up on that one. All right, thanks for joining us for Daybreak Plus.